Hello everybody, thank you for coming. Want to report some progress here. I just got done gluing all of the Foamular boards and all of the, well, expanding foam sections on top. On the left hand side here, there's the river. Doesn't look too much like a real river, but I'm thinking I can decorate it. And what's on the bottom is actually going to be in the background, so I think the fact that the river gets really narrow there, I think it won't look quite as bad when I actually decorate it and stuff. The beige stuff is expanding foam. I hate working with Foamular, it makes a mess, but boy, expanding foam makes even more of a mess. Got a couple of chunks of that stuff. I'm expecting to cover it. I'm going to be covering it up with plaster cloth, so I'm hoping they'll provide a pretty nice foundation here. You can see at the top of the layout are a whole lot of holes. This is for all the power feeds and the signals and the switches and stuff like that. Almost all of the connections are actually in the top center. I actually didn't plan it like that, but it's working out like that, so I don't have to string the wires too far. Only a couple holes you can see are kind of towards the bottom, and there will be a hole way down in the lower left when I get a little bit farther along, but not quite there yet. So my next plans are, I only have enough plaster cloth to do the left hand side here. So I'm planning on just plaster clothing the whole left hand side. I'm going to put on 3 layers. One layer doesn't seem to work too well based on the videos I've been seeing on the internet. 2 layers seems to be the preferred. However, I want this thing to be a little extra stiff. I don't want it to fall apart as soon as I move it, so I'm going to be putting 3 layers there. I have enough plaster cloth to kind of do the left-hand side of that river there, so I'll be doing that. I'll be doing my very next thing, plaster cloth. Furthermore, very few tracks are on the left-hand side, so I can still adjust and move things as necessary. You can see that I kind of outlined and put in, you can't really see it, but I put in T-pins for all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the current state of things. So I'm hoping to do the plaster cloth on the left, re-put the track down to verify everything works well. And yeah, okay, let's take a quick look on the back, or the bottom rather. Let's go around. The bottom, you can kind of see where we have all these gaps in the Foamular, and this is kind of points out how I didn't glue it before putting it in the box. So yeah, I think I would have had it much tighter here. I have glued enough that they don't shift against each other, so they're looking okay. And we got this nice little cutout here so we can do the power feeds. This one doesn't. This is actually where the Kato power pack wires will be going through. Yeah, so that's where we're at with all this. Until next time, thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe.